visible. I had a little light just now. I had a little light. And I was using it earlier. Oh god. What I hate about opening my windows is I always get flies in my room. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh boy. I'm back. So I need to lower this just a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna have such low visibility. Shout out to the one person in my stream. Appreciate you, baby. Oh god, I just wanted to do a life update. I'm wearing white and I'm about to do my makeup and I'm gonna wear this out. So I can already feel myself probably starting to sweat. Oh, I thought I just showed my nipples on cam. So I'll say, well, here goes the end of my stream. I look a mess. I currently am a mess. We're gonna talk about it. Where do I start? I was going through my thoughts because I'm a religious overthinker, I would say. God, my mind just never shut the fuck up. It's like, just be quiet. Give me a break. I was speaking to one of my friends. He told me that, like, for me to have a completely silent mind, I'd be dead. But I just mean it in the sense that sometimes I would just like to be able to, like, just not think about anything. I'm going out to one of my favorite places to eat prawns. Oh my god, I love this. Like, I might even put prime man. That's how you know that. It's just anyhow, if you do them. So, I'm going to the Fat Crab. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but I love the Fat Crab. They do some really nice pilaf prawns. And I'm going with someone who is very special to me. He's a very important person in my life, and he has supported me in all my endeavors. In my misendeavors. Like, he's just someone that I value a lot. I hold him to very high regard, so he's a very important person in my life. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing him. He just came back from Doha. I had to attend a wedding, so he's back now and he's making time to see me. He's a businessman, so I'm getting ready for that. I just wanted to do a life update really since my last stream. Had a casual stream at my aunt's house, then a stream before that when I told you guys a couple things like what I've been doing, what I'm getting up to in life, I suppose. So then we do another one, trying to actually like post videos online whilst trying to juggle everything I'm doing in the real world. I don't know where I should start from. Most likely when I was having all these thoughts and ideas, I should have got a notepad and actually written them down, because I'm a bit of a dory. I tend to just like forget things, or maybe that's Steve. Maybe Steve. But oh, let's start. Okay, first things first, that workplace I told you guys about a couple weeks ago, it's officially closed. I don't know if you guys remember, I was telling you about the sex party that we hosted. I don't know if I ever came back and told you guys like the things that I saw, man. Like, I saw some things, man. Like, I saw things, and I it made me just really. What has been so interesting about doing this and working in the nightlife is seeing how different things are and how people vary, and you know, like, everyone has a different moral spectrum and things they would be comfortable doing, things they would not be comfortable doing, and there are people who are out here who are super freaky. And they are CEOs, and you know, they own Fortune 500 companies, and they are in parliament, and secretly at nighttime they like to, you know, join a huge orgy. So it just made me realize that it's like, you know, everyone, I suppose everyone has secrets in their bedrooms, or just things that they secretly like. You know, when I was working that night, I saw a couple women who were quite upset. I saw one woman who was explaining to a couple that she didn't mean to, you know, cross any boundaries. I think the woman wasn't happy that she had, you know, had sex with her husband. at the party. So that was a bit of a conflict of interest, and I think maybe some reports were made, and some partners left there not very happy. Some left all giddy, skipping. I saw some women who looked like they wanted to cry, like possibly their husband had, you know, convinced them that, oh, we need to spice up our relationship, you know, like, if you love me, just do this together, and, you know, like, what does it mean? It's just one night of just, you know, different souls and bodies and, you know, and energies and stuff like that. So there were a couple people who looked upset, but at the end of the night, it was very interesting. But like, I saw people from all different walks of life. You know, everybody was mostly in disguises, and then at the end of the day, I'm bound to confidentiality. But this place doesn't even really exist anymore, so I don't know if a report was filed. But hi, longest time. I swear, I'm back, man. I'm back, baby. For real this time, and I'm actually trying my best to be consistent. Please hit the like button if you are in my stream and you're possibly enjoying it. I didn't even tell anyone I was going live. I didn't make a post about it, so let me just jump on. At least, you know, this is a way of making content. You can see the mess that is here. I've been studying. I have an exam tomorrow at 2:30. Boy, I need to pass this first year, guys, because I have done so much rubbish for the past, I don't know, 3 years. Just absolute. Hey guys, that's my friend I play Halo with. Hey, shout out to him. Guys, watch his videos. He's doing so well. I remember when he started and where he is now, so shout out to you, man. But yeah, so I even had to pay for this academic year of study because I didn't realize that, like, if you mess up one too many times and you're not even what's it called, you're not getting through the year, and so you've always got extenuating circumstances, something's always going on, you're indecisive as to what you want. Student finance aren't even going to support you financially and be able to actually progress through the year, so you'd actually have to pay for it yourself. And obviously shelling out £9,250 is not an easy feat. So obviously how I'm feeling, I feel okay. I feel a little anxious, because naturally you would feel anxious, wouldn't you? But I feel okay, and I have prayed, and I'm speaking it, and I'm like, my delusion and my manifestation and my prayer and everything that is like, I get a question on income, expenditure, or budget constraints, and then something in terms of like the microeconomics, something to do with, you know, Karl Marx, or Alfred Marshall, Adam Smith actually, preferably Adam Smith, Karl Marx, as well as David Ricardo. Like, just ask me stuff about the corn model, you know. So I have like some optionality when it comes to my test. Like, it's got 2 parts, part A, part B. The first part is mathematical, I pick one question, and then the second part is more so my written communication and actually define economics. So for the most part, it's like, okay, like, I feel okay, if that makes sense. But I could feel better, but it's been quite the year, so I'm cutting myself a little bit of slack and know that I've been giving it my best. But obviously I got a lot of P's riding on this year, so it's like, you want an ROI, you want your return of investment to actually, you know, pass your first year and go forward. But I think if anything doesn't go well, God forbid, not speaking that into existence, touch wood, knock wood, then I could resit later on. But I don't, who ideally wants to resit an exam? You just kind of want to go in there first time, have that experience, knock it out the park if you can, and then move on with your life, and see what comes next, because there's lots of things to do. So yeah, that workplace got closed, which is so upsetting, because I was making a killing in tips, and it was teaching me how to, you know, work on being a seducer, if that makes sense. And obviously being a seducer is being able to talk to people in a way where you hear them, you hear what their needs and their wants are, and you kind of provide like this escape, this fantasy for them. And that's when you get people to bring out money out their pocket and give it to you. But yeah, so it was really nice getting out there and working on my interpersonal skills and seeing life from a different perspective. But then it's also had a knock-on effect on me, guys. I've actually become kind of like an alcoholic. So yeah, genuinely, I bought maybe 2 bottles of Ray in the past 4 days. I've never, ever in my life, prior to this point, bought a bottle of Ray. I've bought, like, you know, like Echo Falls, you know, Barefoot, Pink Moscato, White Zinderfell, something like that. I've bought even, the one I really like, Barefoot, Jammy Red. Boy, I love that. And I tried another drink the other day. See what I'm talking about? I tried another drink the other day. It's a wine. I don't know the name of it right this minute, right this instant. However, I shall find out. So I look a bit like poorly lit. It's because like behind me is so bright. Crikey. But I hope you guys can somewhat make me out and see what I'm saying and saying what I'm seeing. But yeah, so I've kind of, you know, started to drink. And I've never really been a drinker. You know, obviously when I was younger, I was a bit of a smoker. So I went through my stoner phase, and now I'm going through my drinking phase. And what I'm seeing is that it's always reflective of what's going on in my personal life. So I've had a lot of different stresses, educational stress, stress to do with housing and bidding and dealing with service charge and interest rates. And so like my head has been really full and thinking about the next 3 years of my life, what I plan to do, you know. So I've been really preoccupied. And also Sharon needs to call me back. I called Sharon, who's my housing officer, and she told me she'll call me back. I called her for the first time at what, 10:40 a.m. She told me she'd give her 20 minutes, she'll call me back. She didn't call me back. I called her at 12:40. She told me that she hasn't forgotten about me, that she's gonna call me back. And I know she's not gonna call me back. I just know it. I know it. You know when people just lie to you and egg you on? They don't actually really care about your situation. And to be honest, you're kind of bothering them. But then it's like, how am I bothering you when this is literally your job? Like, no offense. I'm not trying to say that to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, I genuinely need your help. If I could ask anybody else except you, Sharon, I fucking would. And I hate that you chew gum. I hate that you chew gum so loudly. You piss me off, Sharon. Oh god, she's so annoying. And respectfully, you can barely walk, so you need to put down your crisps. Yeah, I hope Sharon doesn't watch it. Man, Sharon subscribes to my YouTube channel on a low-key thing. She ain't never gonna text me back now. She's never gonna call me back. But hey guys, welcome to my stream. We all love music, don't we? Don't we, man? Music provides great escapism. I've been listening to music. I started putting out my requests for my birthday, which include what's it called? What am I trying to say? Which include those AirPod Maxes. I think they're so overpriced. I don't actually want to use my own money to buy it. So I started, like, you know, just gently suggesting to my significant others that it's like, okay, this is what I like. So we'll see. We'll see who will get me an AirPod Max. Let's see. Who really likes me? Show me some. Show me some, baby. If you like me, show me some. But yeah, so I'm going to rehab on Monday, and by God's grace, I will join either 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. club. 6 a.m. is more practical for me. So I would like to join the 6 a.m. club, be gymming, posting quotes with like a black background and white text like, yeah, so if you don't sacrifice now, then you shall prosper tomorrow. That's where I want to be at. Like, I just want to be like vibrating on like 100%. You know what I mean? Not drinking myself into a stupor. But to be fair, I poured myself one cheeky shot with some pineapple juice. Come on. You know who taught me that? It's the Jamaicans. Like, because obviously I've had a lot of experience because my mum can really cook. My mum's dream is to have a restaurant. She's getting to that point in her career. Currently, she's in Rome. She's outside. City girls. She's in Rome, living her best life, going to the Colosseum, all that type of stuff, which is great, fantastic. Enjoy your holiday, mum. Shout out to you. But she's getting to that point in her life and her career where obviously you can only do what truly you feel like you weren't destined for, or what truly makes you feel motivated to get out of bed. And you're doing something that's quite draining and emotionally impactful, especially anybody who's working in the medical field, anybody who's working in situations where you have to deal with people, whether it's hospitality or whatever it is. When you're dealing with different people, energies and their vibes, it can be very emotionally, mentally, physically demanding and draining on the body. You get to a certain point in your life where you're like, okay, but this truly isn't what I want to do or what I believe I have been called to do. So being in this has really taught me a lot of stuff, like understanding front of house, understanding how the business works, trying to get networks, because, you know, a lot of life, honestly, even if you don't get an education or whatever, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, you know, get an education. I'm going to advocate for an education because at the end of the day, you know, what people lack for due to lack of knowledge. So I think it's good to be educated, you know, and to know things, and, you know, it allows you to meet other people as well. But you could get through life just based off who you know, because that's what it is mostly. It's about connections, being able to connect with people. That's why people go to networking events. That's why people, you know, who are looking for relationships will go to speed dating, all these different things, because you need to actually physically put yourself out there to understand how these things work, how these relationships work, how the business works, how to order and stuff, how to have stock, how to have a front of house, how to have bartenders, you know, the whole vibe, creating the ambiance of a place. So working at the forefront, like in the trenches. I said I'm gonna retire my mom. Give me 3 years. Just 3 more. I just need 3 more years. 3 more years. And then my mom is done. She's done. She's out of it. Just 3 years. So learning all of this, gathering all this data as I become fucking Lucy, fam. As I absorb everything and my hair literally frizzes. Who put an emoji in the chat if you saw my hair was mad cute. Shout out to my hairstylist, Vixen Styles. My hair was mad cute, pressed, we cut it. It was like here, cut my hair. You know, it was all bobbing and shit. I was in my near long era. I was saying, thinking to myself like, wow, baby, I was born in the wrong era. You know, I was looking all fine. Fast forward, this is me today. This is me today. What is today's day? I don't even know. Is it like 14th, 15th? You know how the times be flying. In fact, speaking of that, yeah, the other day I was reading something and it was talking about how, you know, back in the day, we used to have like a circular calendar where are you guys okay? Where it was like based off seasons, versus now that we have a linear calendar where it's like weeks, months. Guys, I think I would rather live in like a circular calendar where it's like seasons, because then it kind of gives, living linearly makes you feel like you don't have time. And it's like, wait, I just started August, so like how come that by next week I'll be halfway through August when I just started August? I literally just received WhatsApp messages from my aunties like, oh, happy new month, baby, may this month be filled with blessings. Do you get like? And then you just start to see it like, whoa, like how did I get here? I can actually remember what I was doing a year ago this weekend. I was lighting lanterns for my friend who had passed away, and this weekend again we're gonna go commemorate her as like 1 year forward from that moment. So sometimes like I really just lose my breath and I get winded. Oh god, you see, like something could happen to you and you know, like you still feel that emotion, like it's still so strong and powerful. And I've said like 10 things in like 5 minutes. Shout out to the 6 people who are in here with me, you know, watching me go through a wave of different things, different feelings. Like this is all in my mind. Thank God, this is what we call decluttering, because at least I get this out of my mind and I can actually think. I've been struggling to sleep recently as well. Come on, sometimes, yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, I'm low-key scared of the dark. I know I'm like 23, guys. I'm 24. 2nd of September, guys. I'm 24 years old. I can't even fucking believe that I'm 24 years old. That's so shocking. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that I'm alive. I think last stream I told you guys that I don't know if I did or not, but like my greatest fear has actually become death recently. And I've been trying to understand that fear. Like, why do I have this almost irrational fear of death? And why is it something that I actually kind of contemplate on a daily basis? Not that I want to die or I want to kill myself per se. Not there anymore. But more so that I realize that I'm actually just like so fickle. And I you know, anything could happen. I could be hit by, God forbid, I could be hit by a car. I could have a heart attack. We're seeing uptake of heart attacks in 20-year-olds. I just saw this Lil Tay. I don't know if you guys know her, but back in like the Vine era, you know, she used to go viral a lot. This little Asian girl, she's 14 years old. She just passed away unexpectedly. The circumstances around her death are like I don't know, mysterious, because apparently there's an investigation going on. And also her older brother has also passed away, which is quite scary. And seeing that was really shocking to me. Obviously losing members of my own family, you know, like I lost like 4 in 1 year. So, you know, like it really like it's scary. If you've ever been to a funeral, and then you kind of realize that how, you know, one thing that doesn't discriminate and one thing that's promised for all of us is death. Not to scare anybody, I'm so sorry, it went dark. But just like that reality. And maybe my fear is like, okay, dying like without having accomplished what I was meant to accomplish, or having left my mark. Like, I'm reading texts from people who were here in 1776. Do you get what I mean? Like The Wealth of Nations, 1776 by Adam Smith. I'm reading his literature in 2023. Like, so he's made himself timeless. He's immortalized himself in terms of his literal texts and things that he's put out there. And he's named as the father of capitalism, and you know, and how he kind of introduced political economy. So it's like, you're an icon, and people will study you till the end of dawn, till the world collapses, man. And there is nothing, and the sun burns out, and there is nothing left, and we've depleted all our natural resources, and we're all fucked. And so it's like, yeah, like, what do I do? Like, what was my calling? Like, what am I supposed to do? That's what I've been trying to figure out. That's why my head is this big. That's why my head is this big. Let me do my makeup anyway, because, like I said, I do have somewhere to be. But, guys, this is what I just be thinking about, man. Shout out to the 3 people that's just listening to me have, like, I don't even know, just really talk my shit. You guys might as well give me a like. That's your head, you know what I'm saying? I got like 1 like on my video. I'm kind of upset. But to be honest, I deserve it, though. I've been so inconsistent. I come, I go. Who the fuck do I think I am? I beg. And that's one thing about life. Like, life moves on. And, you know, it doesn't wait for anybody. You know, so whatever it is that you're doing, that you're thinking about doing, go for it. Shoot your shot. Tell that person how you feel. If you want to. No time like the present. I wish there's one person on my phone that I wish, it brings me to tears. I wish I could go back, and I wish I answered the phone. Sorry, I got a low battery sign. I just wish I answered the phone because I was being paid, and I was with my new man. I was gassed up, and like, my old love called me because he was in the hospital. And I just think to myself, like, if I had known, if I had gone, if I had made pepper soup, you know, will he still be here? So, you know, these things, I really fuck with someone, and you don't get a second chance to do certain things. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, you get this one instance and that's it. I'm not gonna cry. Fuck. Hold it together, bitch. Don't you have to go, bro? 24 years old, man. For you guys. But it's like, sometimes you only get one chance to do something. You don't know when the last time you'll hear someone's voices. Call your grandma. You know, even me, I started calling my dad. And you guys know, you know, if you've been on here a while, you know my relationship with my father is not exactly, you know, been a walk in the park. It's been quite a tumultuous relationship. And I started to think, you know, fuck it, like, I can't hold on to this anymore. Fuck! It's draining me. It's making me, you know, have toxic attitudes towards men. I don't even deserve it. I just be ruining them. For what? Just because vengeance. You know, I'm teasing. But, like, you know what I mean? You know, and it's not fair, you know, having all that emotional baggage on myself. Like, you're not even suffering. You're out here procreating. And then me, I'll just be messed up in the head. No. Like, I told him to his face. I said, well, not to his face, on the phone. I was like, Dad, call me. What the hell? Like, you just gone like 3-4 months. You haven't even called me, checked on me. I'm not gonna pursue you. I'll pursue you to an extent. Because obviously I want to have a relationship with you. Imagine, like, you die and I don't, you know, resolve my childhood trauma, and I'm stuck with it for the rest of my life. No way. No way. I can't suffer that fate. I'm not gonna leave my children. That curse is not gonna repeat with me. I am never. Here. This is why I said it. Here. What's today's date? I don't even know what today's date. Whatever today's date is, just know that God good. And then Naya said that I will never leave my kids. Unless I am mentally incapacitated and I cannot function, I cannot be a positive influence in my children's life, then fine. But under any other circumstance or rule, I will never leave my kids. Never. No matter what happens between me and Papa. I don't care. I have nothing to do with my children. By God's grace, I hope to have a home where it's like I can have a family, a nuclear family, That would be my ideal situation. I'd love to have more than one child. Such a grace to go give me a baby. Then I will be very honored, because my life hasn't been easy. There's things that's happened to me, there's things that I've done that I'm not proud of, and there's things that I've just like sat on. I haven't even addressed emotionally, because like my brain doesn't even have the capacity to even just fucking deal with that right now. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I know everyone says, oh, you know, go to therapy and shit, like, and I'm all with it. Sometimes I just think like, I don't know, like sometimes you just actually just have to kind of keep it stepping, if that makes sense, because it might open a kind of worms that I can't close. So I'll just try to take responsibility for my own healing, telling people how I feel, listening to how I made them feel, apologizing where I can, where it's appropriate, telling my dad, I need you to have a relationship with me. Even now, he hasn't called me. I called him last week, he hasn't called me, so I'm going to call him on the weekend, on Sunday most likely. I'll be like, hey, Papa Alpha, how you doing? How buddy? Do you get, like, I need to have a relationship with you, because like my dad doesn't have like 100 years, you know what I mean? So, and I want to know that I did everything right. I don't want to have regret, guys. The worst thing, yeah, is to have regret, especially when someone is gone. That's the worst thing, because it's like there's nothing, like there's no reverse Uno, there's no pulling a crazy 8, there is no wild card, there's no trump card, there is nothing. It's final. They don't call you again, you don't hear from them again. That's it. Till you enter the next room and you see them again, by God's grace. I don't even know what happens in the afterlife. You know, none of us know. So, you know, so it's just something that I've realized that like this is what I want, and I'm not gonna let my feelings, because obviously I'm a hurt child, so I am in the right to say I think you should make an effort with me, but I cannot depend my soul happiness on you realizing that you should make an effort with me. I'm just gonna make the effort with you, and we'll take it from there. Unless you are hindering me from living a positive life, like I'm not healthy or healthier in talking to you, and I feel like because I've matured a little bit more. My dad used to have really strong emotional triggers on me. Like we would talk, something would happen, he'd say something to me, and I'd go through like a full-on depressive episode. But I feel like he's much calmer now because he's older, like he's getting tired, and yeah, and I'm much more stronger, I believe. Yeah, I'm mentally resilient. So, oh shoot, you see, that's the thing about wearing white. Any little thing that drops on you, marked, stained, not too bad. I'm gonna have to wear my dress anyhow. And yeah, like this is what I got. I hope my phone doesn't die either. I need a charger. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so next for me is lashes. I need some lashes. Wait, is this right? I think so. Whoops. That was my charger. I got a new clipper. Oh, my clipper charger. Alright, so what's next? Eyelashes. I bought some new eyelashes. I don't know if I should try one. Let me try this one. I have a really simple look, guys. Keeping it simple. Nothing too complicated today. But oh, another thing. Let me spill some tea, some work tea. You know, guys, one of my friends was saying to me, because I kept complaining, you know, one of the reasons why I stopped telling story times, but I'm gonna start telling one because I have one to tell you guys. I ended up in a car with like some infamous drug dealer, and we were going to his house on the hills at like 3 a.m. Is what I'm telling you. Like, if you work in, like, I suppose hospitality, or if you do anything pertaining to where you are constantly meeting different people from different walks of life, you have stories to tell, and stories come from real experiences. And that's why I would say that I can't necessarily say that I don't really regret anything I've done in my life, in the sense that at that time I thought I was making the best decision that I could. You know what I mean? All I can do is learn from it and be who I am today. And a lot of times our actions come from the need to survive. So to me, I was doing what I deemed necessary for my survival in that instance or in that time period. So fast forward to today, like current time, my present time, obviously I'm at this place where I'm meeting different types of people. I want to tell you that story later, but the reason why I stopped telling story times is because obviously I was drawing from real places involving myself and other people who are also real. So if you really wanted to, you could actually go and find out who those people are. You could send them the video. You could talk about stuff like that. So I would find that I would tell a story, and even if I use like an alias and I called people Jane Doe and John Doe, you know, because I would still go into detail because I'm giving an account of something that I've experienced, and it is my right to actually say that I've experienced something. But because I also it mentions other people, there are liabilities. So I'll say something now, and then all the nosy people will go and find out who they are, and then I get messages, and it was just really annoying. And sometimes I'd end up in like a, I suppose, verbal altercation, not really physical. I don't think anyone really wants to find me like that. But like a verbal, sorry, I just paused it quickly to check something, but like a verbal altercation with people. And I can see where they're coming from, because obviously ideally you don't want, you know, random people that just watch my YouTube video to come and be saying this and be like, oh, is this you? Because, you know, obviously the UK is so tiny and everyone practically knows each other and, you know, lives in each other's backyard. So, you know, if it was the US, nah, I don't think anyone would really care per se, because it's like, unless it happened in your local town, then, you know, and it's a small close-knit community, then everyone would know. But in the UK is like, the UK is a speckle. The UK could, you know how like the US has like 50 states? The UK could fit in one state in the US. So that just goes to show how it's just so, it's just tiny. It's tiny. And it's crazy how it's had such a household name and bloody British Empire at one point. You know, it just goes to show that sometimes it's not size, but it's actually just about how you play the game and how you put yourself out there to be perceived in your perception. And that's why everything lies on perception. Money lies on perception. You know, you give money to the things that you perceived, like a Gucci shirt that's like £600 isn't actually worth £600. It's like worth 50 cents. But the perception of Gucci is what gives it that worth, that someone will buy it for £600. So perception is everything. Learning about perception and stuff like that, and how people want to be perceived and how people view themselves. This is all the type of stuff that kind of make you become back to the whole world of like being a seductress. And the reason why I become so obsessed with that is because I read and I've listened to Robert Greene, and he talks about, and this is someone that I very much admire. I admire people like Robert Greene, even Steve Bartlett. Yeah, I know he's a bit rough on edges, but Steve Bartlett, I can appreciate his work as a businessman. Jordan Peterson, the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, Lovely T, who else I like really, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh. I have a lot of different influences, you know, in my life. I admire my mom a lot. I think I admire my mom the most. So I've had like just a lot of different influences from different people, and I'm creating myself and my perception of myself, and to do that you need constant stimuli, because we're just a bit of a sponge, aren't we? And we just absorb things. So that's why it's very careful what you do absorb and what you do consume as well. And that's why it's good to travel and go to other places and learn from different people and different cultures, and to never really stop learning and put yourself in environments that, you know, force you to learn and to grow and make you uncomfortable, because then that's how you know, get to a better version of yourself continuously and always. I feel like my lashes kind of came on weird. Yeah, this one is annoying me. This lash glue is amazing. I've never used like packet lash glue ever since I found this one on Amazon. I will link it. It's really good, guys. I've not seen a lash glue this good. And you know, the typical ones, like, is it called Clear? Something like that. Use that. It didn't work for me. I have like these wig caps here. I already had a wig cap. I have to open another one. And guys, I found this wig on AliExpress. I'll link it in the description box, guys. My girl, she just bought the red version of it. It is stunning. she sent me a picture on WhatsApp yesterday. I just come back from a restaurant. I like to go for a walk and take myself out to eat all the time. So just gone to a restaurant, tried this new restaurant. Brilliant, by the way. I believe it was Venezuelan food. It's called Amigos. You can check my Snapchat story. My Snapchat is NAYAPLEX. So Niaplex. I just got these HD lace wig caps. They rip very easily. Look at that. And to be fair, in their defense, my hair is not exactly braided, but I just need it to be like down. And then I love this because there is no, oh look, my wig cap was there already. I just wasted this. Look at me. It's here. But what's it called? It has no lace or anything like that. So this is just me. This is what I just do. And I'm ready. I'm outside. Ow! My hair got caught on the edge of the table. I'm outside. Everyone just calling me Poison Ivy. Is that you? I'm like, yes, sir. It's me. It's me, baby. I look like the girl from Brave. Don't lie. I look like the girl from Brave, innit? 100%. What's her name? I want to say Scottish. I have a Scottish accent, I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, so look at how easy. Guys, this wig is like £15 or like £12 or something like that. I promise you, you could buy like 6 of these and you won't even spend £100. So I am definitely going to try the red next because I've just been inspired by my friend. But I went for like the copper color, the ginger color. So I thought it was so pretty. But yeah, I definitely want to try red next because she looks so stunning. And if I could show you a picture of her, I would. But because I'm using my phone, I can't even do that. And my other phone is next door. So I'm just trying to make my lips, I suppose, more pink. Yeah, that looks better for me. Okay, let me charge my little light so you guys can at least see me somewhat clearly before I go. I'm dressed. I'm so glad I did this stream. Thank you to those of you who even joined me. There was a whole lot of waffle, but I hope there's something that you can take away from this stream. I'm just in that process of like figuring myself out, and whilst I feel like I had a point with my whole certain story times things. I'm going to tell a story time. I think I will most likely film my story time this weekend. Not even most likely. I will film my story time this weekend. Full stop. Then I will give it to my editor. Once my editor is done editing it, I think you guys will really enjoy it because I had quite some time. You know, for me to get into a car with a complete stranger is something that I would never typically do. But like I told you guys earlier, obviously I know I have one life. And like I said, my stories I draw from like my real life experiences. So I have had a lot of real life experiences since I started putting myself back out there and going outside. Another thing I need to do is start to be posting. I'm really trying to make sure you guys can see me clearly. But another thing I need to do is start posting on my Instagram again and I encourage any of you to put yourself out there on these apps as well. I know it can be scary and I know that, you know, some people can be spiteful and hateful and, you know, things can go wrong very quickly. At the end of the day, everyone has a very false sense of morality on the internet, and there's the internet and then there's your real life. So I would say put yourself out there because it greatly expands your reach. Typically, we can only reach people who are, you know, in the same circles as us or in the same socio-economic status with us or in the same area as us. But when you put yourself online and, you know, things go viral, they go far, you have tremendous reach and you just don't know who could see you. Put yourself out there in the real world as well. Go to certain places, uptown, that type of stuff, you know, freestyle, whatever it is you want to do, whatever your goals, your aspirations are. Just put yourself out there, talk, close mouths don't get fed. So it's very important to do those things. And then finally, what's my concluding point? I will definitely get that story time out to you guys. I will be telling story times again. Let's see how it goes. My friend is suggesting me that if things happen, and I tell story times and things happen, that possibly I could start like a membership, maybe charge like £5 a month. But for me to do that, I would probably start at maybe like £3 just to put it behind a paywall. So it's like, at least I know that people who are watching this aren't out to get me. So it's like, at least I do that and I have something private for my members, and then maybe I could create like a separate Discord or something like a WhatsApp group chat and we can just have our own little space. But yeah, but that's like much further down the pipeline, and I need to see myself be consistent on YouTube, period, before I even think of doing anything like that. So I'm going to be posting story times anyway. That's all good, well and dandy. And then I met a lady, her name was Rianne. I saw her come into the club, right? I saw her count, like, I think she made over £600 in like 3 hours from like, she worked from like 11 till 2 a.m. She made £600. I said, who are you? I'd love to know who you are. Network with her. So she put me into this gig. So I'm going to start the gig next week. It's like doing a whole shot girl, bowl girl type of stuff. So it's like, I just seen 100 bottles coming from the bay. So, you know, so just figuring out, learning about more people, networking, doing all these things, getting out there, expanding my demographic, going for brunch, all that type of stuff. So that's kind of where my headspace is at. Can't wait to finish my last exam, which is next Friday. And I'm a free bird, so just gotta hang in there till then. Just want to send you guys love in all areas of your life. Love, light, blessings, peace, and prosperity. I'm so happy and I'm proud of myself for doing this. I'm proud of myself for sticking it out with my studies. I'm proud of myself for trying my best every day. And hopefully I can, you know, start rehab next week, because like I said, I genuinely have become quite the drinker. But then also a lot of my habits tend to typically reflect what's going on in my personal life. And I have really been missing the gym. So the gym is something that is very important to me, that I have not been prioritizing of late, because I've been keeping late nights, you know, working nightlife. So it's just so funny how these things kind of balance out, and how sometimes one thing gives for another, and it's like just this yin and yang, and you're trying to constantly find equilibrium. But with that being said, just give it your best, mate. You cannot do more than your best, can ya? So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video, yeah. Maybe like life or date. Shit, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But I'll be going now. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my live, and I can't wait to see the playback comments. So if you are watching the playback, definitely leave me a comment. I will read it, and I will make sure that I put stuff in the description which is pertaining to this hair and my makeup and anything else really. This lash glue especially. This lash glue is crazy. But yeah, why? I like my makeup was cooking easy. Wait, let me just set my face quickly. Oof. Yeah, baby. Sometimes what I do is I put lash glue behind here, and I kind of stick my lashes to my lids. It gives you like this really nice like cat eye elongated look, without, you know, having to actually like go like get a fox brow lift, because that is quite serious, and it uses like PDO threads, and you have threads in your face which sometimes dissolve or don't fully dissolve. Sometimes you have a really bad reaction to it. So yeah, as someone who's dabbled in like the whole, you know, aesthetics thing, I would say maybe lay off PDO threads. And fillers, guys, please don't put fillers in your face. They migrate. It's not worthwhile. It's not economic either. Trust me, your face is perfectly proportional, and it's the way it's intended to be. And most of us don't actually need to even think about getting work done until maybe we're like late 40s and we're going through menopause or some shit. But I feel like young women should not be doing fillers or Botox, and I feel like it was just part of like a hype and a craze. And now I see a lot of girls where their lips are protruding forward, so they've got like that duck lip because the fillers migrate, and it's like kind of become hardened here. Trust me, lip liner, lip gloss, and lipstick is more than what you need, and your lips are beautifully and wonderfully made. Take it from someone who was actually dabbled in this stuff. I had filler in their chin. Thank God that's gone. I looked awful. I had filler in my lip. I don't even know what I was thinking, because my lips are already huge. These lips, my mama gave them to me. They are even too big. I think my lips are too big for my face. Like if I could have a lip production, I would. But I've learned to like love them and accept them. But my lip gloss always ends up on my chin, you know, drop lip vibes. So I just say to everybody, you know, I know that this is the craze now, but like honestly, just love yourself for who you are and how you are, because these things, is nothing like natty. Trust me, nothing beats natty. Nothing beats natty, you know, because your body will naturally always try to revert to what it was, because that is who it is, and that's how you are actually biochemically programmed. So yeah, guys, love yourselves anyway. I know that's very hard, especially in given circumstances, and everything that we see points to us like just never feeling competent or enough or sufficient. But you just have to just know that there's no such thing as a life better than yours. It's number one, and two, you are where you are supposed to be, and kind of relax in that. It's very hard, but try. Anyway, I'm going now because I talk too much.